Welcome back to the Bravo Rundown with my fabulous co-host Sonia Weber. I am Genevieve Melzer, and we're just going to jump right into it. This is the Bravo Rundown. We tackle everything that's trending in Bravo, and right now it is Scamanda or West Side Story, whatever you want to call it. But first, we got to start with our hot takes of the week, and they both have to do with Scamanda or a West Side Story. So I want to hear your hot take of the week.
Okay, so I kind of have two. One of them is I actually don't like the term Scamanda because why do we only have Amanda's name in it? Scandival, that's acceptable because it is Tom Sandoval and he deserves that scandal. West Side Story, also acceptable. Yes. So I will refer to it as West Side Story or Summer House Scandal. Okay.
I like that. Okay.
So then my actual take is, do we think throughout this whole marriage, has Amanda always been faithful? Even if it was just very heavy flirting that she has done, because the ease at which Kyle wasn't really upset with all the West flirting this summer, there are a couple options on why that could be. And I know we're going to get into it, but I just wanted the first one, has she always been faithful?
Okay. I like that. And number two.
Oh, no, my number two was the Scamanda one.
Oh,
the name.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But wait, do you think she has been faithful?
You know, now that you said that, maybe not. Also, I could definitely see her being somebody who would have an emotional affair, right?
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of this with the West thing was emotional first, probably, and then it became physical because we're going to get into the timeline of all this. My hot take about West Side Story, it doesn't have to do really with him. It has to do with Kyle and Amanda. So my theory, my hot take is that I've been thinking about this too. Remember Kyle, season 1, he doesn't want to settle down. Nope, no. Season 2, this is where like he's just like, I want to have fun. That's what Kyle wants. He cheats on Amanda, and then all of a sudden he's willing to commit to her. He's willing to move in with her, right? She really wanted to move in. He didn't want to. Then he cheats on her. Oh, by the way, he cheated on her. He didn't tell her for 1 year.
Was that the one when Lindsay uncovered it, or was that a different one?
This was a different one. He went on a guy's trip. He got so belligerent, he didn't remember it. But then, like, he woke up with a girl in his bed, but then he did not tell her for 1 year. So, yeah, it's a little bit worse than just like, I cheated on you and telling you. It's, I cheated on you and I didn't tell you for a whole year, right?
I don't think I remember that. I only remembered the one where they had to go track down the girl to ask if they did and he didn't cheat. But I don't think I realized
this is before that. Yeah, this is either in season 2 or season 3. And I know this because I just watched this like Kyle and Amanda like montage that Bravo had put out. And basically, Kyle never wanted to settle down, but then he cheats on Amanda and tells her, she finds out or whatever. And I think that was happened on the off season, and they come back and they talk about it. That was the thing. So it maybe is season 3. And this is when Kyle is like, I do want to move in with you. He gives her a key on like a special date night. And I just felt like if Kyle never cheated on Amanda, would they even be together? Would they have gotten married? Because I don't know if Kyle would have settled down if he didn't do that. So that's my hot take.
So it's him realizing I could lose her because he cheated, making him want to commit. But is he someone that was meant to really commit? Like, is that even his personality? That's a really good hot take. Exactly. And also, like, you wonder if part of it, because in his interview on the street, he's so concerned of Amanda. Does he feel like maybe he deserved it?
That too. And, you know, all of these rumors that he had cheated on her, right? That she says there's so many rumors, but I never heard any. I've never seen any blinds out there about Summer House Star. So I'm just wondering, was she listening to maybe, you know, were those real? Because now it seems like the things about Wes are real. There's not right? And there's not a bunch of people coming out of the woodwork and being like, I hooked up with Kyle 6 months ago, or I hooked up with Kyle 2 years
I
ago.
am starting to wonder though that a lot of creators or gossip sites, they kind of guard some of these Bravo stars, right? So they want to be in with Bravo. They don't want to maybe put out there all these blinds that they're getting because they don't want to risk their reputation with Bravo because Bravo loves Kyle. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
even
yeah,
with
that's
West and
true.
Amanda, we never saw any images. Well, the
Yes.
only reason I say that is because Amanda has said that she has gotten so many DMs of people saying that they were with Kyle.
Yes. Yes. So,
So,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess she has.
but are they true or they're just messaging her, but then they're not telling anyone else? I don't know. There's no proof. You're right.
There is no
There's
proof.
no proof.
We also want to share something new that we're doing. We are starting a Bravo book club, and we're starting with Carl Radke's book, Cake Eater. And we would love for you to join us. So, we're going to be basically covering a few chapters every week and doing a special pod just for that. And you can follow along if you want, or you don't have to. You can just tune in and, hear about the book. And we're going to be doing like the latest releases. It's going to be really fun.
Yes. So join us. This is going to be fun. I've actually been really excited to read this book. I've heard some leaks here and there. Carl's really good on his podcast. So join us.
Yes, poor Carl, he's a mess.
He is
Not
a mess.
really. Let's get into okay, so there's been some big details that have come out about West Side Story or the Summer House scandal. And one of them is that, cameras have picked back up. A la Ryan Bailey, he has shared that information. Do we think it's Summer House or in the city?
So I personally, I think like it has to be in the city because Summer House ends, and Summer House didn't really address anything with Kyle and Wes. So then in the city goes on, we're watching Kyle and Amanda's relationship fall apart. Then I think you have to pick up cameras to address how Amanda is with someone else now and how that impacts her relationship. What do you think? Which show do you think is better fit?
I mean, I do. Yeah, I think that you have to do something for in the city because if you're picking back up cameras, you don't really need to do that for the reunion. The reunion will just be that. We've also heard that there was a video that Sierra saw, and now this is starting to feel a lot more like Scandal, revenge porn kind of thing. But then people are
Mm-hmm.
saying if it was just Amanda naked in
Yeah.
Wes's apartment and there was nothing happening, then it's not as serious. And apparently, like a blogger showed this, or there was like a PI, but the PI didn't get the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. But so this is where it gets all confusing. So if that's the case, and then they're going to pick up cameras to address with Sierra how she feels about it. Well, she's not on in the city. West isn't on in the city. So then it's do you pick up cameras for Summer House?
Mm-hmm.
But so you've got Summer House filmed, you've got in the city film, camera picked up for Summer House. So then we watch this cameras picked up. Then we go back in time to in the city. It's very complicated on how this would
It
work.
it really is, and maybe it's a little of both.
Okay.
But also, what a missed opportunity. Why don't you have Sierra on in the city?
I know she would really fit in. And the way Kyle was saying in his interview again on the street, he wants to stay on Summer House. Carl has said he wants to stay on Summer House. So perfect, go to In the City. But then how do you have Sierra and Amanda together on In the City?
Yeah, no, you can't. Uh,
It's
it's
not fair for Sierra to lose her spot on TV. If she still wants to be on reality TV, and the fact that she has to film with them, is that fair? I mean, is that just life?
I mean, I think that Sierra, she gets to decide what she wants to do, if she wants to come back to Summer House or not. Amanda and Kyle are on In the City. Kyle said he is going to be a little bit on Summer House still on the Man in the Street interview, right?
Right.
But you fire Wes. You have to fire Wes because you can't have Sierra coming back to a house where West is at. You know what
No.
I mean? And so if she I think West is fired regardless. Amanda, I think will fire herself. I think that she will end up quitting or not showing up to the reunion, checking herself into a mental health facility during the reunion. That's what it feels like. People are kind of saying that now. I don't think she can handle
Mm-mm.
the repercussions of her actions.
No. I agree. I think they got way too comfortable with their posting, the flirting, the excitement. I don't
Yes.
think they were at all thinking, especially Amanda, of what others were going to think of this. Right?
No.
It was just themselves, and she does deserve the. It goes back to so Andy was saying on his pod or his radio show earlier this week. Just remember, everybody, these are real people. And John Hill, his radio co-host, said, "Okay, but hold on. You put yourself out on TV, we're going to talk about you." It's like if this is a fiction show and we're watching some television show, we are breaking it apart. We are analyzing it.
Mm-hmm,
A reality
mm-hmm.
show is still entertainment for us. So for the viewer, it's kind of a murky line, Kyle's favorite word, a murky line on like, well, what is our entertainment? And we can discuss and what can we not? And John did say, he's like, well, they can threat about it. Like, we don't need to, threats and whatever, but we can threat about it. Andy said, agreed, you can threat about it. So we're threading about it now, right? We're talking
Yes.
about it.
No, exactly. Because think about if you're an actor and you play a role where you're a very sinister character and people associate you as that person. And even when they see you in real life, they might be like, oh, I hate you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But this is real life and
Yeah.
you really did this and you weren't playing a character. You are playing yourself and you were yourself and you did this. So yeah, it's like we're gonna share our opinion about you because
Yeah.
guess what? We all feel like you pulled the wool over our eyes because they've been friends for 6 years, her and Sierra. She's known Wes for what? This is his third season. Just everything that she threw away for this hookup. I want to talk about the timeline.
Yes. You are the master in this. So I'm going to
Well,
follow your lead because I'm
okay.
like bombarded with it. I can't keep up. So,
Okay, well, this is my latest, and I just made a video about this, my latest thinking. So apparently, June 5th, 2025, somebody sends in a blind item and it says this seasonal reality star is cheating on their significant other. Well, guess what? There's nobody who is together in this house besides Kyle and Amanda. You know what I mean? Right?
right.
Like Mia
Right.
has a boyfriend, but that's not
We didn't know Mia. We wouldn't be
exactly,
invested.
exactly, right? So that's June 5th. So this was like the incriminating evidence for me is that same day, Amanda posts on her Instagram that her caption is, I've broken my marriage vows. And Kyle puts in the caption, oh, you're not wearing
I
mascara, right? It
saw
was
that.
like that was supposed to be like, oh, she wasn't married. That was what her marital vows were, which really
Yeah.
great vows, Amanda. And
Yeah.
then West also posts on the exact same day a carousel of photos with the song, which only a douchebag would post this song. It is Machine Gun Kelly's My Ex's Best Friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about my ex's best friend. And
Yeah.
it's like just a coincidence that this was all on that same day that blind came in. I don't think so. So then my spidey sense is like, this has been going on since at least June, or they
Yeah.
hooked up. Maybe they were like, okay, we can't do that again. But then it explains all of the touching, all of the
It
flirting
does.
on Summer House over the summer. Then in September, somebody said they spotted Wes and Amanda together alone and they didn't think anything of it. But now they're thinking, oh, maybe they
But
were
isn't that
together.
weird in itself? Like, if you saw that, and yes, they're coworkers, but that Sierra's off and on, off and on, off and on. Why are you going one on one to go have lunch or whatever with him? That's
Yeah,
odd.
no, it is odd. There's no reason why they should be hanging out alone.
If that were true, it kind of makes sense where Kyle was. If, like Kyle said, the timeline is, he said in the interview, the timeline's
Mhm.
murky. We're going to have to clear that up at the reunion. So, say they actually weren't apart. And for everyone saying that 6 months prior to the filming, he was traveling to DJ. So, maybe they legitimately were not together then. And part of his anger is, oh, now that we're not together, you're having a grand old time with everyone. You're flirting with
Yes,
everyone. That's what made him angry.
exactly.
That's what
And
upset him.
that makes sense too, is that of course they're not going to tell us when they actually really separated. They don't care about what we think. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it makes sense if their timeline's a little bit earlier than this affair timeline, or I guess it's not an affair, this scandal timeline
Mm-hmm.
is also a little earlier. And then Sierra is really effed because it's like this has been going on since last summer.
But if they clear up their whenever they separated at the summer house reunion, what does that mean for in the city? That's all untrue.
Oh yeah, because it's
Right?
yes, because it's probably in the city probably shows them like moving out from one another, having a big
Mm-hmm.
fight, or
Yeah.
like we have to end this when they
Yeah.
already decided that.
And we're going to know that because at the end of the summer house reunion, they're going to tell us when they actually separated. So then it makes watching in the city, which we'll watch after the summer house reunion,
Yeah.
none of that will be true.
It's really, really hard logistical. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're trying to figure out what to do. I don't.
I wondered if, Lindsay's cryptic Instagram story yesterday, which I want to throw my phone and
Yes.
those letters.
Yes.
My mind, we had different opinion and you can share yours. Mine was that I thought Lindsay's like angry about like because of what they did. This now messes up Bravo production. Maybe they're going to delay in the city now. Maybe that's where my mind went. Like, oh, you just messed up my new show. You had another take.
Well, I think because I was trying to like decipher it, it was like a
Yeah.
G and an F. So I was thinking girlfriends don't or never. It was something like that. And then there was a WW. So Wes Wilson was in there.
Yeah.
But then I like read a bunch of other comments when other people were deciphering it and they were saying a lot of other stuff. And so I thought it had to do straight to Amanda and West, or like straight to Amanda being like, girlfriends don't do this. And I don't know. But I want someone to decipher it.
I was totally like, oh, I'm so annoyed. And you like slam your fingers on the keys and throw it. That's how I took it. But like everything could have more meaning to it now. So you just don't know.
I know. And we keep finding out little nuggets every single day. And one of those was that we are waiting to see if Paige is going to say
Oh my
anything
gosh.
on Giggly Squad. We keep looking to see if it's
checking.
dropped. Yeah, has the
No.
episode dropped?
And they posted how their producer, like the Ben Affleck smoking the cigarette, and their producer is working hard. But I still feel that is just them playing with us. They're not really going to talk about it. They'll talk about it cryptically. They're wanting to get us excited. They're wanting to get listeners. So they're going to pretend like, oh, it's a big deal, but it's going to be like the Kit Kats that are missing in Europe.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I do think that Paige and Hannah are there for Sierra.
Yeah.
1000%. I don't know if they're going to say it publicly.
No, and when we talked about how they have built an empire outside of Bravo, and I've heard people say that a large amount of their following, I don't know numbers, but they're not Bravo fans. They know them as Giggly Squad. They don't know them as Paige and Hannah for Summer House. So I don't know that it's like, so they spent a whole podcast talking about it, and then you alienated a good chunk of your listeners. It's gonna be something else that we're gonna have to decipher, and which is fine. I'm happy to listen and try to decipher something. I'll do that.
Same. Oh, and the latest thing is that Loverboy is now going to be making Carl's a Mess merch.
Wait, can we talk about
Yes.
Kyle wanting to play the Sandoval card here? Do you think he's the only one of all of them that is going to do this, do the merch and just capitalize to the maximum on this scandal?
I mean, I'm surprised more haven't jumped in, especially Lindsay, but maybe she will do some brand deals, coming up here. But yeah, Kyle is on this. He is like on it. He's the man on the street interview was like actually really good. Then he posted on Lover, or was it his and Loverboy's?
Yes.
That video about the business. It was so good. And it's like Kyle is getting the good guy edit on his own without Bravo.
How? Because even me, who staunchly has disliked Kyle from day one, Steve Jobs bathing suit comment, I'm watching that Instagram reel that you sent me, and I'm like, oh, Kyle, I feel bad for you. I'm like, wait a minute, questioning myself. Hold on. How am I feeling bad for you in the moment? And you know what I think it really is? He is protecting Amanda. The fact that all this has happened, the betrayal for him, but what the first thing that he says before he says stop following Wes, because he's counting followers, clearly.
And he said that 3 times.
He sure did. He said, I'm worried about Amanda. Is that fake?
I don't think so because I mean, he's been very open and honest since this began, I feel. And if he was upset with her, I think we would know. But he's really upset with West, which I understand
Yes.
that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he knows Amanda more than we do,
Yeah.
obviously. Right. We've been watching her as at a certain lens for the past almost 10 years, right? But, or 10 years.
Hmm.
I'm sure he knows her a lot more than we do,
Right.
right? And he knows the other sides of her that I'm sure she has because she is like a real person. But yeah, I was very surprised by that.
And does he at all feel that maybe he has put her in this position? I do wonder if
Maybe.
he has
Yeah.
some guilt that he wasn't there for her and it ended up just, which, not necessarily the case, but if he feels some ownership in this situation at all. I
Yeah,
was just very shocked.
I think he must. Right. I mean,
Right?
he did. Yeah. I mean, he did put her in this situation. A lot of people have said that basically she stayed with him because she wanted to be on the show.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. I don't know. I
uh,
don't know that who would put themselves through all of that to be on TV.
yeah.
And wouldn't they have divorced after just a couple of years when she had a name of her own? Like 5 years ago, she could have divorced and been a name on her own.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Some are saying, I forgot who I was listening to, but
Yeah.
they think that this is Kyle's initial response is protect Amanda, go after Wes, but after it kind of sits in, the anger is going to come. It's
Oh,
like the stages of grief, and he's in
mhm.
sadness right now, but the anger will come for her.
That makes sense too. And then a lot of people are saying they think that Kyle and Amanda are going to get back together,
Oh yes.
right?
And I wouldn't have thought that, but I kind of could see that happening.
Hmm.
Like you've gone through this, you both have strayed outside of the marriage, you both have made mistakes, but clearly there is something there. Like you said, they know each other that we don't know, in a way we don't know, that
Yeah.
there is something there that this may, in the end, I'm like open to believing that. What do you think?
I'm open to I never thought of it on my own, but once I read it, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I could see that too." Because also it's like I think there's a safety in Kyle for
Yes.
her and there's no safety with Wes.
No.
None at all. And a lot of people think that they will be not together by the reunion because of all of
Oh,
the other things that have come out. The fact that Wes, he's just a dirty, dirty bird. He's just like hooking up with tons of girls. And if he's open and honest about that with them, then that would be okay. But guess what? He hasn't been because of all of these things that are coming out. So he is a dirty bird and he deserves the worst.
isn't
Like,
there a 2-year girlfriend that's been strung
yes.
along?
Is it that
What's that story?
Miha? Is that
Yeah.
her?
Yes. She's in Montana, right?
Yeah,
And they've
the
been
horse tie. She
she made
created
the horse
that.
tie.
Mhm.
Yes. And he supposedly Miha is saying that West had told her, oh, all these other girls are for the show.
Right.
So she thought they were fully exclusive for 10 years, 2 years.
I guess there's videos of them from 2023 and they've been, hanging out ever since. I don't know if I mean he must be an incredible talker, even though
Oh,
he's
yeah.
very quiet on the show a lot.
But
Uh,
I can kind of see it, to be
Me
honest.
too. Me too.
And I just saw before we started a picture of Miha and West, like March 2nd of this year in his apartment, like a picture, a selfie in a mirror. Someone found both of their grids, a picture on the same date in the same spot, taking
Oh,
selfies. Yeah, she's being very quiet. She's getting out there some. I mean, she has a
uh-huh.
brand I hope like her brand does well. She has
Me
a brand to
too.
promote.
She had 46 followers when this all started
Wait,
on the
four,
brand.
6?
46 on the brand.
What is it now?
It's called Snarl
Okay,
Studios.
wait,
So
let's
yeah,
see.
look
Four,
it up.
6?
Yes, I swear. I was like, this is a new company, but good for her for getting that
Good.
Wes Wilson tie out there. I mean, it was
Well,
a tie. I
that's
hate
the
him.
thing.
I
If
hate
you,
him.
oh, she's still only at 138. Let me follow her.
Okay.
Let me give her the follow because to go through all of this, she deserves. Let's see what she's at. Do you remember what she was at?
I don't.
Okay, now. Okay, I can't
Well,
find her. I
she's
won't
doubled
waste
her
time.
following. She's doubled her
She
following.
has doubled her following. Yeah. Okay, Mija Moreno, 3,608, but she's not giving tea. She's being very cryptic. She's on TikTok too. I'll look that up. Maybe she doesn't want it, but her brand,
Yeah, I
you want
know.
it for the brand. And then there's a fibula.
Oh yeah.
There's another girl, right? And they've been seen. Okay, I know nothing about New York City, but the bar or something called Fakuzi.
Yes.
They're like seen there a lot. Like, this is just crazy. So basically, he's not going to commit. This is not happening.
No.
And she probably will, which if they're going to get back together with Kyle, then that secures them in the city for next year. So that's my question to you. Should Amanda come back? If she's not coming to the reunion, if she goes to a mental health facility, do you want to see her next year?
Personally, no, I don't. I don't want to see her on the city. I would rather see scenes with Lindsay. I mean, I feel like that even on Summer House, I'm like, oh, Amanda. I would rather see a scene with Lindsay, with Sierra. What is she going to show us? Her mental health journey, like back to try to be like a normal, healthy, good person, which she's probably never been.
But Bravo does want to give a redemption arc. They tried to get Raquel back, right? And Raquel wouldn't come back. I think Bravo, they need to put closure. So whether it's more than one season, it depends how they do next season. But I think Bravo is going to try to get them both back. And I actually wouldn't mind to have West and Amanda back. We need a villain. I kind of want to see where things go.
I got my like pitchfork.
Amanda Francis. We've got to, we have to have people we dislike. I do like to see how a story goes. I would want to know. The only time, you know me, like I like the bad people, the villains, the insufferable people on reality TV. The only time it's gone too far when I was enough was Jax.
Yeah.
He's literally the only one.
Okay. Wait, so what, I need to know what your horoscope sign is, because
I'm a Sagittarius. I know nothing about that
so
stuff.
You're like a nice, well, I always equivalent.
Equate.
Thank you.
But I like equivalent. We'll work with it.
That's like my sign, because I'm like so loyal, and like this leads into Scandival, which we were going to talk about the Valley. We can talk about it a little bit. We're still talking about West Side Story, but this actually goes right into how I feel about some of the people that are on the Valley this season, because I cannot forgive. And because I'm very loyal. So once you're like my friend, like you're my friend. If I like really like you, you're like my friend. And like if anybody like disses you, like I'm pissed. So I made a video about this earlier because we watched the Valley premiere, and there she was, Lauren from Utah, and I won't call her fake name, because she profited off of Ariana
to no extent. I mean, right? It's maddening the level that she profited.
Yes, with the Send It to Daryl merch, where she was able to buy a house in Palm Springs.
That's crazy.
Right? Because she made so much money. She came hard for Tom and Raquel at that reunion, right? She was on Team Ariana. Granted, she's never friends with Tom. These two have never gotten along. Never in filming. Then all of a sudden she comes back for season 11. She's calling Ariana Beyonce. She's jealous of Ariana's fame. She wants Ariana to film with Tom. It's only been 3 or 4 months. Remember when Schwartz went and hung out with Randall, it was not okay.
Oh, that's right. Pickleball.
Exactly. It's always, this opposite for her. She throws Ariana and Katie under the bus. Then she has the reunion, she was a total mess, a total nightmare, blaming them for food out of her kid's mouth. Like, please. Yeah. And like Sheena gets some of this hate too, but Lala gets more of it because
Sheena has expressed, like even recently on her podcast, she has expressed regret for how she treated Ariana in that final season, saying that if she could go back, she wouldn't do what she did so she could get that friendship back. She has said that the producers pushed hard for her to do that, and she's always been one to listen to the producers and do whatever the producers tell her to do, and it hurt her in the end. So she's shown growth. That's why I like having people come back, because Sheena has shown growth, or at least being right.
Right. And that's the thing is Sheena, okay, I respect that more. But on the other hand, Lauren from Utah, she has said she reached out to Katie and she misses Katie, but she's never apologized to Ariana. She's never said like she shouldn't have done that. She still just is like, I don't want to talk about season 11. It's like, well,
Well,
guess what? I remember.
yeah, I think that Lala knows that Ariana's not picking up the phone, and there's a little bit of chance that Katie would pick up the phone if she called. But I watched. Did you watch the first episode? Yeah, well, you did watch
Yeah, I
the
watched
Valley.
it.
She's just a very heavy presence, and these other new people. They're not that same level of presence. So when she's in a scene with Janet, I just felt like it's the Lala show because she's just a
Yes.
big presence, and they are not. But on the flip side of that, Janet and Michelle are their own kind of little island. They do need someone strong on their allyship or whatever to speak for them some. So I don't know how the season's going to go, but she's just such a presence
I
with
know.
more weak, not weaker, but does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it
know.
totally
I
does.
don't
I know
know.
exactly. Yes. And I just, she
Yeah.
gives me the,
What
like,
did
I
you think
don't
of
want her.
Lacey? If we have time at all, I want
Oh,
to ask what
yes,
you thought of
we
Lacey,
do.
Jesse's
Yeah, we still
girlfriend.
have a little time. Um, we, Weird, but also I was realizing that because I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, we're going to talk about this Lacy chick. I don't love her off I'm like, okay, but I think I hate most of the people on this show.
Oh, so by default, you're gonna
I
love her.
Well, no, I'm like,
Oh,
I
she's just
don't
gonna
like
fit in.
her. Yeah, I'm like, I don't like her. But then I was like, who do I like on this show?
Did
Because
you
I'm,
see the
yeah,
clip from next week with Lacey and Jesse at dinner, and Lacey has her first interview?
I think so.
So I clipped it and I posted it, and in the comments I asked, "Tell me what you think of Lacey," because I always think everyone thinks how I perceive things, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking, oh,
same.
she's just another insufferable person.
Yes,
She I'm
yes.
such an emotive person when I talk. I'm like hands are flying, my face shows everything I think. And
Me
she's
too.
just so she's just talking to Jesse like this. No, I don't want to move into. Maybe it's the Botox. I don't know. I'm like I want to shake her like speak up, but so I'm thinking everyone, I'm like, oh, this girl's gonna get ripped a new one in these comments. She looks horrible. Oh no. Oh, I love her. She's great. She's beautiful. She's wonderful.
Really?
Yes, there were a couple of people here and there like me, like hello, red flags with Jesse. He won't sign his divorce papers. He doesn't even have to pay anything to Michelle. They walk away clean. He won't sign it.
Yeah,
I'm guess
weird.
I say clearly, but he wants money from her, and that's why he won't sign. He wants spousal support. He wants child support. He wants
Mhm.
her to pay back from. This is me
The
guessing. This is not
wedding.
me saying he wants. Yes, because that was out there. He wants her to pay him back for the wedding, and that must be why he won't sign. But that is a red flag. But she walked away with a lot of money from her divorce, and she says it in her interview. She
Oh.
said, because the producer asked, "Did you make money off of your divorce?" She's like, "Of course I did, as every woman should."
Oh. And I watched this little like Meet Lacey thing that Bravo
What was
posted.
that?
It was just her being like, "Hi, I'm Lacey," and she says that she's on some board with Rachel Zoe. She's like, "I'm
Oh
on a
no,
board
Amanda
with
Francis.
Rachel Zoe," and she's like, and it's kind of cool because she's on the Beverly Hills Housewives. And I was like, "You're friends with
Okay, she
Rachel
might be
Zoe?"
entertaining to watch. Tamara said she knows her. She's seen her
Okay.
around. And if you look on Instagram, she a lot of pictures with Gretchen, with Jacqueline Larita. That's an OC now. Like so, it's
Okay.
maybe Gretchen. I don't know. I have to look back. But it seems like the OC bubble is not that big.
No, it seems very, very, very
So I'm
small.
open to it. And to
Okay.
get some like heavy wealth in OC.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
not an OC on the Valley. That'll be interesting to see.
no, it really will. It sounds like she has a lot more money than Jesse.
Jesse has no money. So what's up with that relationship?
Why did Okay, Lacey, we'll give you a little pregnant pause on if we're the jury's still out
Yes,
with her,
yes,
right? I
yes.
want to just touch on something with you that we kind of discussed offline, but kind of just the whole it's a hard issue to broach, but kind of we were listening to Morally Corrupt by Rachel Lindsay, and she really says it good in the pod, but just how race is a part of this West Side Story scandal. And that we just want to acknowledge that. And I really hope that we could see Sierra maybe on Rachel Lindsay's podcast or somewhere
Yes.
where, like where she could really open up and we could hear more about her story.
Yeah, or the Smith sisters. The Smith sisters
Yes.
on Sirius interviewed her, I think earlier in March or something. So to go back on, because there's a whole component. Everyone wants to compare to Scandival. It's not, because a big part of Sierra, and we heard her frustrations. We heard her express to Jesse when he told Wes he just wanted to make out with her.
Yeah.
Her feeling like that's all she is. And you
Mm-hmm.
add in that race component, and it was West wanted to be with her, didn't want to be with her, didn't want a long-term relationship. Then here comes Amanda, and he's doing joint statements with her.
Exactly. And that's another thing to note is that somebody was saying that Wes can't even articulate how to say, I'm proud of you, or like, good job for buying her grandfather's home.
Yes.
Right. But he can come up with a whole thing about how he needs to protect Amanda from Kyle.
Yeah,
And it's really, really messed up.
it is. It's like when you start getting into the weeds and really dissecting it, like it's like, how does Sierra go back with, like, we talk about Amanda going to the reunion, but what about Sierra having to sit there and having to face this and look
Yeah.
at them and discuss this? Like, she has to come in, full composure, all of that, and sit there and face them and look at them. Because if she doesn't show up, she doesn't get paid.
Right. I know. And that's another thing too, is like, it's not fair that one person could check themselves into a mental health facility because the other person is strong enough to be there. Or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't want to say that someone, their mental health, I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just saying that Sierra deserves closure as well. And I think all parties should be present. It's not fair that some of them aren't there or anything like that.
I know it is so tricky because you don't want to say something against someone's mental health in any
Yes.
way. But at what point do you have to be accountable for your actions? I mean, if you look back, I supposedly someone said that Amanda has deleted everything with West. Is that
That's
true in her
not
grid?
true. No, I
Okay.
checked it
Okay.
multiple because I saw that too, and
Yeah.
I was like, she did, and then I went back and I was like, that's not true. Everything's still here.
Because even that, again, she's had an on and on relationship with him, and you're just grand old time having fun, posting, 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 and the two of you together cryptically posting. And
Yeah,
then when it comes out, suddenly, oh, I'm not strong enough to deal with this.
exactly. That's the part. Like, if you were really hiding this and you were being actually really stealthy and like not, you're never seen together, you're actually really hiding this well, but you two are playing in plain sight,
That's the
posting on
problem.
Instagram.
Yes.
And that's not okay. So that's why I'm like, no, you knew what you were doing. You're like, oh, look at me,
Oh, yeah.
and they're both like that. We need to get into
Yes.
uh, our rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fast one. Who is the bigger loser? You
Oh,
just
gosh.
say
This
who
is
it is.
going to be
And
so hard.
and we just wanted to give another shout out
Yeah.
that we're starting this Bravo Book Club, and we'd love for you to join us. We're starting with Carl Radke's Cake Eater, and we're going to be starting that. We'll let you know. We'll give
Me
you.
too. Yeah.
We're giving you a couple weeks notice. Okay, so West or Amanda?
West, because, yeah.
I agree. Ben or Jesse Summerhouse?
I know. Oof, oof. I could have reasoning for both, but off the top of my head, I'm going to say Ben.
Agreed. Lauren from Utah or Schwartz?
Lauren.
Yes. Sheena or Lauren from Utah?
Lauren. I
Agreed.
love my Shishu.
I agree 1000%. Tom Sandoval or West Wilson?
Sandoval, because we've known him longer.
Okay, yeah, agreed. And Raquel or Amanda?
Raquel, I think it's pretty equal, though.
I think I'm going
I
with
think it's
Amanda
equal.
because,
Really?
yes, because Ariana and Raquel were good friends, but Sierra and Amanda were
That's
best friends.
very true.
And you know what?